The blame game. That is what we're going to talk about today because lots of times some money habits make 0 cents to me. And usually the person that's doing the money habit that makes 0 cents to me loves to play what I call lovingly and sweetly the blame game. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More with Jan channel. I don't know how long this video may be. It may not be too long, but I just have to get this off my chest. Recently, I overheard someone whining, crying, and complaining that, the economy right now makes no sense to that person. Okay. Always blaming the economy. But at the same time, what was that person carrying? The person was carrying one of those probably $4 to $5 cups of coffee in their hand. Oh, yeah, the economy can't pay bills, but you're standing there with a ridiculous 4 to 5, not even big cup of coffee, $5 cup of coffee in your hands. But it's the economy. Listen, I'm not saying the economy is perfect, far from, but we have to take responsibility for ourselves instead of blaming the economy. And conversely, there was someone else looking at tomato sauce jars. Okay. Now that I caught on a video. That I caught on a video. Some people were complaining about the high price of tomato sauce. Do you know what kind of tomato sauce they were looking at? They were looking at what I call the Cadillac of tomato sauces, okay? The one that everybody doesn't mind spending a lot of money on it. Now, listen, if you have the do re mi, who cares? Good for you, do it. But don't be the same person that says, yeah, my light bill is due. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I can't make ends meet. And you don't mind spending close to $7 or even more on a jar of spaghetti sauce? Meantime, the video also captured that in the same video that person could have spent about $2. It was either $2 or 250, maybe less than 250, on a similar jar, same size jar, jarred tomato sauce to make with spaghetti or whatever recipe you want to make with. Come on now. If you're in a bind financially, but the person would choose to spend the $7, $8 on what I call the Cadillac of sauces, is there a little problem here, or is it just me? Maybe it's me and I'm having a disconnect, and they walk around and blame, the blame game, pointing fingers at that one, pointing fingers at this one, pointing fingers at everyone else but where the finger should be pointed to, and that is 9 out of 10 their own decisions. You see, this is where, like I call, the frugal toolbox comes in handy. One day I'm going to do a separate show on what exactly do I mean by my frugal toolbox. But I could tell you right off the bat, a couple of my favorite tools from the frugal toolbox would be one would be common sense. I like to take out that tool called common sense. If I can't make ends meet, am I going to spend $7 to $8 on the Cadillac of sauce? No. I'm going to look and look and look to see what the best price is. And many times I actually get the best price from canned tomato sauce. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Already done up. I've seen cans of those for $1. $1. And I could easily stash them away in my stockpile room and use them as much as I want. At $1, hey, that's let's just imagine instead of spending the $8 on the Cadillac of tomato sauce, you could get eight, 8 times that amount for $1. And yes, it can be possible. Just got to look. Just got to take that minute. You got to go to the frugal toolbox. The other thing is patience. Patience, yes, the frugal toolbox takes patience. A lot of people want quick fixes. One, two, three, quick, 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 quick. Hey, listen, listen. I like things done simply and as quickly as possible, but not to the point where it makes 0 cents. So let's say that my favorite sauce does go on sale. Maybe my favorite national brand sauce goes on sale, every 4 to 6 weeks. I don't mind waiting the 4 to 6 weeks, and the earth won't go away if I use my canned sauce in between. Is my family going to eat dinner? Yes. Am I going to be fine? Yes. The world does not end if you don't have the brand and the pictures and the colors and the jar. I mean, there are a lot of things that we do that are crazy. But the silliest thing of all is continuously playing the blame game. And no matter what economy, even when the economy was at its optimal best, not that many years back, whine, 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 complain, complain, complain. We need to change our whining and crying and turn it into practicality. That's another thing in the or my frugal toolbox. Practicality, hands on, tried and true methods that grandma used to use, or my mom, or your grandma, or your grandfather. Come on now. We weren't so picky, 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 picky back then. We did the best of what we had. And another thing, keep in mind that there weren't so many brands back in the day. Think about that. You think that there were like the 20 to 30 different brands of one item like today? No, 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 no. There were maybe a few national brands. People made the best of it. People knew how to stretch the soup. Literally, people would stretch the soup. A little more water, a couple of more veggies, a handful of rice. You see where I'm going with this. And people didn't complain. Here's the thing that I love, nobody complained about it. They adapted and they readjusted and they took care of the matter and went on. Where today there's a lot of whining, crying, and complaining. This is the way I feel about it. Instead, okay, maybe get a minute out of your system, get the whine and cry out. I've said this myself 1,000 times, right? Go sit in a chair, cry about it a few minutes, stop crying, dust yourself off, and jump out of the chair and go, okay, I really don't like what's going on. But is it really all the thing to blame? Not necessarily. Maybe it's our decisions that we make. How come it's so hard to accept the fact that we have to be responsible for our own decisions? Why is that so hard? Nobody's forcing nobody's forcing one to drink $7 cups of coffee. You must have that $7 cup of coffee. I don't think so. Okay. I just got through having one of my favorite breakfasts, and I call it my diner style breakfast. I was in the mood for it. Every once in a while, I get in the mood for it. Oh, by the way, I discovered something really delicious. So, with my traditional cup of Instant Joe, which costs about, I don't know, about 40 cents these days, still not so bad, still not so bad. Let me tell you something what I did. So I made my usual cup of Instant Joe, as per usual, with about 3/4 of a teaspoon of my Joe. That's the flavor intensity I like of it. And it's decaf, by the way. Even though I goof about caffeine, it's decaf. I put in my regular milk, but you know what I did? My regular milk from a milk container. But I also enriched it with a couple of teaspoons of non-fat dry milk in that. Before I entered the hot water, I stirred it together. It made it taste more like an evaporated milk sort of a taste. Give that a whirl in case you're interested. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did I go out and spend 4, 5, 6, and beyond dollars for a cup of coffee in the morning? No, I did not. I intentionally took a regular cup of coffee, made it a little more fun for me, embodied it with a little more richness on the cheap, totally on the cheap, because I was blessed for free with that non fat dry milk from someone. And I'm like, okay, I like to get creative. And this is what we could do. Instead of being bored and tired, oh, woe is me. Oh, I'm so helpless. I can't make changes. My budget stinks. Listen, if you're bored or something, fix it up, change it up. And that's another thing I heard somebody ranting and complaining and screaming. I'm tired of my own food. Well, that could be. I get it. Do you live with someone else? Maybe they could take the reins and make a different meal for you. It doesn't have to cost extra. Or you could get together with your friends and do food swap outs. Somebody could get to your place and make a fun dinner one night, and you could go to their place, make a fun dinner at their place, and to them, it's a different meal completely for free. Hello, hello, hello. I'm tired of this woe is me, and let's blame. You're blaming the economy, but you're choosing to buy a $6, $7 cup of coffee. You're kidding me. You're blaming the economy, but you're buying a $7 or $8 jar of tomato sauce. Is it the economy? I'm wondering. Or is it just the stupid decisions and choices we make because we do not want to be responsible?